So I'd like to begin by thanking you, Father Federico, for this opportunity, and thanks for agreeing to share a little bit about your devotion to this saint that we're going to be hearing about today. And I thought maybe it'd be nice to begin an introduction and just say a little bit something about yourself.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Father Federico. I'm from Italy, from Milan, and I'm here in Boston because I'm taking my PhD in moral theology at Boston College. And I'm very glad to live here with the Franciscan community, and thank you to Father Michael to welcome me into the parish. And I want to speak a little bit today about St. Anthony and my devotion. Among all the saints, St. Anthony is one of the most venerated in Italy. Countless pilgrims go every year to his basilica in Padua to pray where this very important saint is buried. St. Anthony of Padua, or as in Portugal they call him, of Lisbon, is for sure one of the most popular saints in all Italian parishes, and the number of prayers that every day are addressed to him must be really impressive. My devotion to St. Anthony started when I was a child. I used to lose my stuff very frequently. For instance, once I went to the church with my bicycle and I came back home by foot, forgetting it. I thought for days that I lost my bicycle or that someone stole it. My grandmother said to me, "You should pray St. Anthony more often." That day, I learned that St. Anthony is the patron of the lost things, and the day after, I dreamt where my bicycle was and I could recover it. I do not want to say that this is a miracle, but if you ever been to Italy, you know that if you leave a bicycle without any lock somewhere, you will never find it. The reason that St. Anthony's help is invoked for finding things lost or stolen is traced to an incident that occurred in Bologna. According to the story, Anthony had a book of Psalms that was of some importance to him, as it contained the notes and comments he had made to teach his students. A novice who had decided to leave took this psalter with him. Prior to the invention of the printing press, any book was an item of value, and would have been difficult for a Franciscan friar to replace it, given the vow of poverty. Upon noticing it was missing, Anthony prayed it would be found or returned. The thief was moved to restore the book to Anthony and return to the order. But I want to share with you three things that St. Anthony reminds us. First, the vocation is a path continuously under construction. We can never say, "I have done, after this choice that I took, after this sacrifice that I did, there are no more things that I can do to become a saint." It is not like that. Our vocation journey lasts the whole life. St. Anthony actually was not a Franciscan friar when he was ordained priest. He was an Augustinian one. While he was in Coimbra, some Franciscan friars arrived and settled at a small hermitage outside Coimbra dedicated to St. Anthony of Egypt. Fernando, the name of St. Anthony before joining the Franciscans, was strongly attracted to the simple evangelical lifestyle of the friars, whose order had been founded just 11 years prior. News arrived that 5 Franciscans had been beheaded in Morocco, the first of their order to be martyred. King Alfonso ransomed their bodies to be returned and buried as martyrs in the Abbey of Santa Cruz. Inspired by their example, Fernando obtained permission from church authorities to leave the Augustinians and to join the new Franciscan order. Anthony reminds us that every day there is a new call from God, whether it is in the religious life, in my family, with my children, with my friends or colleagues. We must pay attention to God's voice. Secondly, St. Anthony was a great theologian and preacher, but he never forgot the importance of charity and his work with the poor. Francis had held a strong distrust of the place of theological studies in the life of his brotherhood fearing that it might lead to an abandonment of their commitment to a life of real poverty. In Anthony, however, he found a kindred spirit for his vision, who was also able to provide the teaching needed by young members of the order who might seek ordination. In 1224, he entrusted the pursuit of studies for any of his friars to the care of Anthony. When I was ordained priest, I was sent to a parish, and I really loved that work. But after 3 years, the bishop asked me to go to Rome and to continue some theological studies. I was not very happy for that decision, and I remember that a young guy in the parish told me, "What is the purpose to study theology if you cannot stay with us anymore?" However, praying in those days, I remembered the example